welcome to Healthy Life with Kimmi. Well, hey guys, I wanted to come to you with a little update and talk about why I am loving Weight Watchers so much. So I'm into a week about 7. For those of you who do not know and are new to my channel, I have started and embarked upon a healthy lifestyle. So I'm losing weight, I am making better choices, I'm just feeling better, and as I continue through this journey, I just wanted to share it and document it so other people may be able to benefit and share your tips and tricks with me. So let's get right into it. Today's video is though about, again, why I'm loving Weight Watchers. I'm into week 7 at the time of the recording of this video. And just a little backstory. I did Weight Watchers about 17 years ago. I joined with my husband and a friend. And I wasn't that serious about it. It was more of like a little social thing. And I enjoyed it when I went, but at the time they had books you had to write down and all that, and I wasn't feeling right carrying no book with me everywhere I went, and I just wasn't committed. I just wasn't ready, to be honest. That's the bottom line. Fast forward a little bit, I joined another time with a friend of mine, and same thing. By this point, they had the app, but I really just did it because she wanted me to. Don't ask, y'all. Don't ask. But I really wasn't ready again, so that's 2 times. I was still paying a monthly fee of $9 per month, I think it was. Didn't pay no attention to it. And then one day I realized, I was like, I'm not even using this. I need to stop this auto payment, which I did. So a couple more years go by, and I decided, you know what? I'm ready to do this for myself. I'm ready to do this. I'm ready to join Weight Watchers. So what happened was, so I called Weight Watchers. It popped up on my phone, actually through a Facebook ad. I was on my Facebook doing something, and Weight Watchers popped up, and it said you can join now for $25. So I called over to Weight Watchers, all excited and ready to join. The man on the phone says, hey, that special doesn't start for 2 more days. If you call back in 2 days, you can get the special. So you think I called back in 2 days? Yeah, I know I ain't called back in 2 days. So it took another 2 weeks that went by. And I saw the same ad again. And I said, oh, that's right. The man told me to call back in 2 days. I really just forgot. It wasn't that I didn't want to do it at this point. I really just forgot. So anyway, I called back. I got the special. I joined up. And it's the time I signed up, it was $25. And that includes meetings. Because the second time I did it, for $9 a month, that did not include meetings. That was just access to the app. But the $25 plan that I signed up for included meetings. And I was like, okay, fine. So at this point, Weight Watchers is doing meetings on Zoom, right? Because of everything that happened in the world with COVID and everything. So everything kind of shut down. So everything had to go virtual. So when I first started 17 years ago, you had to go in face-to-face. So I wasn't quite feeling that too. You got to take time out your work and all this and all that and go to these meetings. But now it's online, so I'm like, cool. So let's get into what I love about it. So once it went virtual, so I'm thinking to myself, $25 per month, I get access to all the virtual meetings I want to go to. And you would think, oh, I'm not even going to do 1 per week. Well, I knew I was going to do 1 because I was committed. But sometimes I do 2. I like to just pop in with different coaches and see what they're talking about. So I just love that. So let's get into it, though, the reasons why I'm loving Weight Watchers. So the first one is, I really naturally don't like structure. But the app that they provide has given me accountability with a daily allowance, which allows me to eat what I want within that structure. I call it like my little food budget. So I'm allowed 28 points at the time of this recording. So I can eat whatever I need to eat or whatever I want to eat within that 28 points. I have a lot of foods that are 0 points. So I love the fact that I don't have to count my fruit. I don't. Now, depending on which plan you choose. But I don't have to count my fruit. I don't have to count certain vegetables and certain things like that. So I love the fact that all I have to do is worry about the major components of my meal, putting that into my app. So that's the number 1 thing I like, is the structure and the app. Number 2, I do love the meetings. I love the meetings. Again, as I mentioned before, I didn't want to go to meetings because I just felt like it was sometimes a pain, a little extra sacrifice and struggle trying to get there, the weather or whatever, just tired from work and life, life be life, and like they say. So I just didn't want to do it. But not with the virtual meetings. Oh my goodness, I love the virtual meetings. If you don't want to get dressed, you don't have to go on camera. Now, I personally find that you get more benefit when you go on camera. I'm not the shy type, so if they're looking for somebody to tell an experience of what happened with their week, my hand is the first one up. But even if you're shy, I would highly, highly, highly encourage you to try to come out of that just a little bit so you can fully benefit from the meeting. It's your meeting, it's your health. And when you share what's going on with you, the community is there to support you. The coaches are there to support you. So I know it can be hard if you're not naturally a talker. You don't want all eyes on you, so to speak. But you really benefit, I believe, the most. And they will try to encourage you to put your camera on, but it's not required. The other reason I love the meeting so much is because you're with other people who have the same problem. I can't relate to a small person who's never had a weight problem. They can always have eaten whatever they want, when they want, how much they want, right? I cannot relate to that. I have a running joke on my video channel here that since I was in my mother's womb, my weight has been a discussion, right? Because I was a big baby. So I cannot relate to that any more than they would have to. They can relate to having to be restricted. Oh, you mean I can't have this? When they're accustomed to having whatever they want, So everybody has a different walk in life. And it's no shade, again, to someone who doesn't have a weight problem or who has a nice metabolism and they don't have to worry about what they eat. That's great. But that's not my journey. So again, it's nice to be with people who can fully relate to what you have to go through at Weight Watchers, Because like I said, the majority of them are there because they have been overweight, trying to lose weight, whatever context, get their health together, worried about their numbers, whatever it may be. It's different reasons why people join. Well, one thing about Weight Watchers is everybody in the group has either had their weight problem, they've solved their weight problem, or they're working on their weight problem. And whatever stage you are in your journey, you can find somebody who has had a similar experience. So the coaches are very supportive. They all have been previous Weight Watchers members themselves. And it's just a good place to get things off your chest where you don't have to feel judged. Okay. I think that's the best part. I share everything over there like I share over here. And I don't feel judged at all. It's something to be in a room with people and you say something and you can just feel everybody in the room go, oh, really? Wow. I didn't know. Oh, it's like that. If that's never been your problem and you start sharing something with people and you can feel it, you can see the whole room change. You can feel it in the air. I've been on Zoom before, and just a short story. One day after I had lost my dad, some people asked me, I was on a Zoom meeting. They were like, how you doing? And I'm the kind of person, if you ask me how I'm doing, I'm really going to tell you. So you better be prepared. So this particular day, they asked me how I was doing. And I flat out told them it wasn't a good day. I was really missing my dad. The weather because of this, I was missing him and this and this and that. And you could just feel on Zoom, you could feel the whole space just kind of change. You can feel it, And again, no shade to the people, because that wasn't their experience. They weren't feeling like I was feeling that day. But in Weight Watchers, you got people feeling all kind of things. And again, they've already experienced what you're talking about. So it's a very safe place to get some assistance. Again, as I was talking about the coaches earlier, they're very empathetic when you do share where you had what you feel is a loss, or where you could have a loss in a bad way, like you didn't do good. But what you're considering a failure, you were not successful at something, they could turn that right around some kind of way. They always do it, make you feel better about it. Okay, yeah, that didn't happen, but they'll give you a new strategy of something different you can do, or different options. If you're unsure about something, they just have a way of making it all better. The coaches do. So they have male coaches, female coaches, older coaches, younger coaches, different cultures, whatever floats your boat. They got all of them. I've done different meetings and I just pop in. They say you should try to find you a home meeting, and that makes sense to me. It does. Like if you're in school and you just pop in everybody's classroom, you don't have a homeroom teacher. Even when I was in school, you would have what's called a homeroom teacher, your base. I still haven't really found my base because I have 2 slots on Sundays that I prefer. If I can't make one, I'll do the other. But I'll just pop in wherever actually I can fit in my schedule. But I always try to make at least 1 per week for sure. And most of the times I make 2 meetings per week. Okay. Another thing I love about Weight Watchers is the recipes. They have a lot of what they call 2 ingredient recipes. and they're very simple. It's another one called on the app called What's in Your Fridge. So it'll take whatever you have in your fridge and help you come up with recipe ideas. Like if you got chicken, spinach, and potatoes, you put that in there and it'll come up with some kind of recipe for you. If you're gluten-free, you can put that in your app also to come up with ideas that will help you, you know, on that particular journey, whatever you're on. If you're a diabetic, you can put in your, instead of regular meals, you can put in diabetic. It will change so you can keep account of your blood sugar. You have to count your fruit when you're diabetic. That particular part of the app, because I actually just switched it one day. I just wanted to see it. I'm not diabetic. Borderline probably if I don't get myself together, but I'm not diabetic at the time of this video. But I do try to watch my sugar intake just because both of my parents were diabetic, and I know it's not a far stretch for me to become full-blown diabetic. So if you're on the fence about joining Weight Watchers, I highly encourage it. I'm going to leave my link in the description. You'll get a couple months free, and I'll get a month or so free. I'm not an actual representative for them, but they just have a referring program. And again, I find, like I said, all the different benefits, the app, the meetings, the coaches, the recipes, it's just win-win. I mean, for $25 a month, you're going to spend that probably on a McDonald's Happy Meal nowadays, or meal, you know, some kind of meal like that. So why not treat yourself? Why not invest in yourself if it's something you've been thinking about? Okay, so for me, I love it. I'm only, like I said, into week 6 or 7, but I'm gonna keep on going. So like, subscribe, and join my channel, and let's do this thing together. Well, until next time, this is Healthy Life with Kimmi. Bye.